Again, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the December meeting of the Greencastle Common Council. Linda, can you call the roll, please?
Councilor Mark Hammer.
Here.
Councilor Adam Cohen.
Here.
Councilor Stacy Langdon. Here. Councilor Veronica Pedrell.
Here.
Councilor Cody Eckert.
Here.
Councilor Dave Murray.
Here.
And Councilor Jacob Widener.
Here.
Okay. Our next item of business is public petitions and comments, and we do not have anybody here for the public this evening, so we can continue on. And the next item is special requests. We do not have any special requests, so the next item is department reports. We do have several department heads online, and then Rod is here present. He's coming up to do a little marketing for the Parks Department. So let Rod go first, and then if anybody has any questions for department heads, we can kind of relay those. Go ahead, Rod.
Good evening, everybody. Hey, I just wanted to mention that we've been able to hold a few of our programs, and in your packet you have pictures of the Gingerbread House and the Brick Mania events that we judged at our last meeting. I want to give a great big some thank yous out. I want to thank the Greencastle Public Works Department. I want to thank the Greencastle Fire Department. Public Works came out to light up our tree at Roban Park, the big pine tree located at the entryway. They were able to do all but the top 12 feet. Greencastle Fire Department came in and topped the tree for us. I mean, with lights, of course. But they finished the tree for us, and it looks beautiful. I want to thank Kate Knoll, Greencastle Civic League, for the Civic League adopting Roban Park and helping raising funds to decorate the park for Christmas. The park is beautiful, and I have heard nothing but compliments in regards to the decorations that they helped put up and that. I've also heard from Kate today that they will be at the park Friday and Saturday night, saying hello to everybody, accepting donations. And then we do have Main Street has Santa Claus in the park, and I do believe that's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. And then we have a choir or the quartet. We have a quartet singing, I believe it's on the 19th, Saturday the 19th, in the park as well. So there's ample opportunities. I would encourage everybody to drive through the park and check out the lights after dark. And for everybody, and for those who do work late, we do keep them on overnight and turn them off in the morning. And that. Questions come up. The Breakfast with the Grinch program, we are sold out. We have our expected 50 people. I do believe we have one family, the Burnsies, that will be joining us. That will give us 54 people. Because we topped the 50 people that the governor has stated, we did file a plan and have been approved through the Putnam County Health Department. We're working with Rhonda Brotherton at the Red Owl Wedding and Event Center, which is big enough to seat 300. We have 50. We'll be putting each family at their own table. The Grinch will be walking around the room, and we will be social distancing, and then pictures with the Grinch will be social distance as well. So we are taking our precautions, and again, it has been approved by the Putnam County Health Department. And then I would invite everybody that we're doing kind of the same thing at the Putnam County Museum. We have established that partnership with the Model Railroading, the Pacific and Eastern Model Railroad Club. They have their layout set up. We are out at the museum every Saturday from 10 to 2. Because of the extension of COVID, the museum has not got any new exhibits coming in until the end of February, so the Pacific and Eastern Model Railroad will be set up till mid-February. So if you'd like to join us from 10 to 2, we will be there giving tours, showing it off. But again, the Putnam County Museum does ask that you call ahead, schedule an appointment, and then face coverings are required when you're inside the building. Okay? That's all I have, unless anybody has any questions. Yes?
I see you placed a disappointing third on the pie baking contest. What happened, Rod?
Yeah.
I mean, this was supposed to be your year. Was it a homemade crust? Was it, what went wrong?
Mine was I used an English recipe, which is a apple pie tart. It looked good when I had it, but it didn't quite make it up against
We
the
expected you to represent us better, but you got a whole year to get it right, so.
But I got a ribbon. I did get a ribbon. All right.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
You know, next year, you know, you went down from second to third,
I
so.
went from second to third, and we'll have to do something.
Yeah, I had to look at that, and I thought, I'm getting ready to say the same thing, you know, third place. Yeah,
I saw Almost Home was offering some cooking classes.
there you
The
go.
holidays.
just might have to do that. Yeah. All right. Anything?
Right.
But didn't you get...
Better luck next
Didn't you get second last year because there were only 2 pies? Oh. Wasn't that what you told us, or?
Got third because that division had 3. All right. So the truth be told. All right.
Well, next year, pick a division always have that you're the only entry.
That's right. Yes, Dave.
The minutes say a week from the last meeting, Phase 2 was going to start. Has it started? And if so, what are we working on?
Oh, okay. Phase 2, at the Aquatic Center. We have met with both construction companies. BCMI came out in person. Mammoth had a change in personnel members, so we met yesterday via a Zoom call. They will be starting, BCMI has keys to the facility, will be starting any time. Mammoth, we have scheduled the second week of January to come in and start the inside of the building. So that's where we're at.
For the public's sake, can you just list some of the things that are going to be in Phase 2?
Oh, yes, okay. Okay, so we broke the project into 2 parts. We have an inside and an outside. The outside will add a pump and then some features similar to what is inside the Bob York Splash Park to the shallow end. So we have some geysers and attractions for the little kids to play in. The inside of the facility, we will be redoing some of the walls. We'll be adding 2 family changing rooms, one which I believe is a restroom, and we'll be creating some new, because we'll be using existing closet spaces and the guard room, we will be redoing the doorways to go into both facilities and creating offices and storage at the very front of the facility.
Thank you.
And then the middle portion where the guards usually sit will become a hallway going from front to back for patrons to pass through.
Thanks.
All right. And yes, it is exciting. So. Okay. Anything else? All right. You guys all have a good night, and please enjoy the holidays.
Thank you, you too.
We do have Oscar, Scott, John Burgess, and I don't know if we've got anybody else on, department head-wise. So if anybody has any questions of...
I wanted to thank the Public Works Department for the leaf pickup this year. I think it went really well, and the city looks great, and they did a great job. And I have no idea how that compares with the past years. 840 yards of compacted leaves. So, and they drove 1,895 miles on their pickups. So,
And we compost all that, too. So.
right.
I got it.
We actually
Go ahead.
ended about 350, 370 cubic yards more this year
Okay.
than last year.
Oh, good. Thank you for that, Brad. I didn't know if you were on there or not.
I had a couple thank yous as well. I don't actually know if it's street or water, but one of our residents called me and was concerned about a broken manhole cover, and I referred him to one of the 2 departments, and the resident called me back, said it got fixed very quickly, so appreciate that. Also, John, are you on there tonight, fire?
Yeah, he's on.
And I don't know if Tom's on there, and I don't know if they can hear me, but November 13th, I was in an accident, and we are very fortunate to have the police and fire we do here in Putnam County. They were amazing when they responded. The care and compassion they showed to everybody at the scene was fantastic, so appreciate that. And then I wanted to pass on, it was in the banner that we had the fire at DePaul the other day, and Charlene Shrewsbury, our chief police officer, wanted me to thank both police and fire. They were amazing. Apparently, we only had 1 officer. She was the only one on duty, and our police showed up and took over her duties so she could be the chief. And fire, you did a great job, so we appreciate having you and the volunteers that showed up to help us that day. So thank you all.
Where was the fire, Adam?
The fire was in Peeler. From what I've been told, it was in the ductwork. John might know more. I started back in like the woodworking room. Could have been a lot worse, but somebody driving by saw the smoke, called it out, and police and fire were there quickly. So, thank you both.
Bob Leonard at DePaul also shared his appreciation as well. John, do you want to say anything?
No, Adam, thank you for the praise. Like I said, the guys did a great job. We were lucky that it was caught so soon, and luckily we contained it to minimal damage for the building. So,
Was the worst of it fire? Was it the worst of it smoke damage?
yeah, there was quite a bit of smoke in the basement throughout the building. The dust collector on the outside contained extensive damage, but that was the exterior. There is some duct work they're going to replace now due to the fire. We had to cut some of the duct work out of there to be able to access the fire inside the tube.
That's good, because they probably have a lot of valuable pieces of artwork and stuff like that that it's not replaceable. So that's great news to hear that it was, that it looked worse maybe than what it was, because it sure looked like there was a lot of smoke coming out of it on the initial picture was on the Banner Graphic website. So.
No, we were very lucky.
Yeah.
And our EMS crews also are excellent, so I had a laugh when I was put in the ambulance going back to mine. The paramedic got in and goes, "I know you." And I thought, uh-oh. And I said, "Yeah, I'm on city council." And he goes, "No, you were on the Operation Life Board that voted to turn us over to the county." And I thought, God help me. And he looked at me and goes, "Best decision ever, thank you." So it's reassuring to have you guys here, John.
Well,
And Tom, if he was on.
And Adam hasn't brought it up, but I think that I talked to him after I read it in the paper about his accident, and he gave me some of the lowdown on it, and he told me that the fire department actually, he was coming back from probably Walmart picking up his groceries, and he had perishables, and the fire department took the perishables and put them in the refrigerator at the fire department. And
I didn't know if they wanted that known public. When they loaded into the ambulance, I told one of the policemen, I said, "There's a couple steaks you could have in the back of my car." And at the hospital, I don't remember which officer it was. I was pretty out of it. Joked with me that everything was at the fire station. So, and they didn't eat it. So
They didn't eat it. But I'd say that's going above and beyond.
Go ahead.
Tom's listening too, and I just want to appreciate Adam's comments and just let him know that the email he sent, I did share with our staff, showing his appreciation for their work that day.
they were awesome.
Any other questions for department heads? Okay, hearing none, department heads are dismissed. Please enjoy the rest of the evening with your family. Reports, again, just would like to remind the public to keep up the mask work. It is helping. Again, reminding folks to support our small businesses during the holidays. We have closed City Hall to, just general traffic, but all of our staff are available via appointment, phone calls, and email. We're just trying to keep everybody safe as possible. Utility customers can continue to pay online and use the drive-up window. We did learn earlier this week that Okra is opening up a third round of potential COVID funding. We're looking over the program requirements to see if we can possibly apply after the first of the year. Zinc Mill Road is open. They were doing some of the striping today. There will be some punch list items and some follow-up in the spring, likely. But overall, it's now open to traffic. I'd like to continue to thank our staff for working with the coronavirus. We constantly remind our folks to stay safe, and they're following proper protocols. DePaul is restoring the sidewalk and curbs on Locust Street while the dorm is on hold. Rod talked about pool improvements. Big Walnut Sports Park work is underway out there. The paving will probably take place in the spring, but a lot of the curb work is still being worked on. Wayfinding, we were doing locates today, possible foundation work next week after the Holy Moly comes out and checks us for any underground obstacles. Calvert Way, the street is pretty much done, but we're going to leave it barricaded one, so there's no access to the Walmart truck docks off of that street, and we just want to keep people out of there so something doesn't get torn up while we're waiting for the neighboring project to get underway. Continue to work on the YMCA project on both the agreement and site plan and site arrangement. Got a meeting tomorrow on the downtown parking lot. Whispering Winds continues. Our larger industries seem to be, back at work, doing reasonably well. Our small business community continues to need some support, so just encourage people to do so. And I will say that we do have a great group of not-for-profits in the community working to assist people. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes partnerships going on to support those that are in distress or need some assistance and things like that. So a lot of good people working behind the scenes to pull some great stuff off. So that's my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Linda, if you want to report on your good work.
Well, the employees will get their bonuses tomorrow, so they're all appreciative of that. So got that out in payroll tomorrow. And basically, it's hard to believe that it's year end, but we will start all of our year end duties and start all the wage changes for next year and all that. So that's about it.
Mark?
I think I was going to ask about something I think you touched on. That's the Okra grants. As many of you know, I've got quite a few of my accounting clients and tax clients down in Owen County, and they've gotten a tremendous amount of money this fall. And I was wondering how we go about getting into that, because I know we've got a good relationship with Okra.
Yeah, we actually submitted an application, and then it was put on hold, and we were under the impression that they were just going to fold that into the next round, but they did not. So
We have to reapply.
So we have to reapply. So that's why we're doing the third round.
I mean, it was kind of surprising because the town got money, and then the county got money, and the county's holding off because the town distributed their money first, and they were distributing $10,000 to just about any business that applied.
Yeah, the maximum is 10.
Yeah, and the county's going to, and the county is going actually through their economic development and chamber of commerce.
Yeah, we're going to be doing likewise.
Okay.
And we're going to be coordinating with the county to see if we can get the full 500,000.
Okay. Yeah. So good, because I thought, man, we're missing out here because that's a lot of money.
It's an interesting program. There's also some strings attached, but
I'm sure.
and then they've ratcheted up the application requirements for this third round. So
okay, make it a little more stringent.
yeah, there is no match required, so that's great. That
Yes.
that has stayed. So
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because that's I've had quite a few clients apply, and some of them have gotten funding, and others are waiting still. So that's good. I was hoping that Putnam County and Greencastle could get in
Yeah,
on
we're
that
going to
same
be
program.
meeting with Rick Woodall here probably next week to
Good.
start some coordinated efforts.
All righty. Well, great. That's good to hear.
I have nothing except the lights in Roban Park look
Oh, yeah,
fantastic. How
yeah.
great that they did that this year, and hopefully that's something that will now be a tradition every year.
Over
Yes.
30,000 lights.
A
Amazing.
lot of lights.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have nothing further. Nothing further.
Okay. Veronica, do you have anything you'd like to mention?
Stacy stole my thunder. I was going to remind everyone in our community to have a happy and safe holiday. And if you haven't already done so, please drive through the park and check out those lights. It's just a gorgeous presentation this winter, and it's not to be missed.
Cody, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No update for the fourth ward except to thank you, Mr. Mayor, for the report on Zinc Mill Road. That's looking great. And also to thank you and the department heads for your work on the community crossings application. That was very successful. And so I just want to commend you on your hard work there. It paid off.
Share our appreciation with the legislators, if you would, too.
Happy to.
I was on a Zoom call with several members earlier this week, and I did thank them on behalf of our smaller communities.
It's been a very successful program. It's been giving money to smaller communities since 2016, and I'm sure they want to keep that going.
Okay, Jacob? Jake, do you have anything you'd like to add? You might need to unmute. Okay. Unless we lost the connection, he's still there. So. Okay, moving on, we have approval of minutes from the regular session of November 12th.
I make a motion we approve the minutes from the last meeting on November 12th.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes for November 12th as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, looks like all. Next item of business is approval of claims, and I think Mark and Dave have reviewed those as usual.
So, somewhere, oh, here we go. Okay, so for the month, payroll is $453,428.10. Pensions are $14,473.03. Direct accounts payable is $933,741.50. And regular accounts payable is $137,326.14 for a grand total of $1,538,966.77. On the, same page. On the direct accounts payable, we have for street paving to Wabash Valley, asphalt, $220,690. We have two claims for redevelopment. Under redevelopment, we have civil engineering and Bona Vita architecture for $23,534 and just shy of $26,000, respectively. And we got Foyt's Construction for Zinc Mill Road for $617,183.57. I assume it's all for Zinc Mill. Okay. And then our regular direct accounts payable, insurance, utilities, stuff like that, total $42,760. That gets you, that's just about the entire amount of that $933,000. In regular accounts payable, we have get some contract fees to civil engineering, and that total $24,850.51. In addition, they were over on the direct accounts payables for another $3,575. We got pool improvements for Hannum, Weigel, and Klein Engineering for the park, $7,098.85. We've got some municipal emergency services for fire coats, pants, and boots for $1,193. Landscape removal to Neandertech or something like that. Does that sound about right? For $1,950. We got some more park improvements to Putnam County Comprehensive Services. I guess Stacy won't be voting on the claims tonight.
I think it's the last one, though.
Okay, $1,747.50. People Pathways. I think this is our annual payment to them for $15,000. TJ Fencing for $2,515 for Department of Public Works for some contract fees. I assume for some fence installation.
Yeah, and that was actually an insurance claim.
Oh, okay. New Service Master, TJ Marshall or something like that. But anyway, it's a Service Master, so we had a lot of carpet cleaning this month for
The whole City Hall.
all City Hall for about $2,000. And Tyler Technologies for water and wastewater computer maintenance and some ADM, is that administrative? ADM in-code contract and maintenance contract. And
Yeah, it's our whole accounting system for all of next year. So
Okay.
we're just paying all in one.
all at one time, the $28,000.
Yeah, it's a lot.
$388, but it's for a whole year.
a
So
whole
a little over $2,000 a month, and yeah.
Keep us running.
I pay more than that for
keep
my
us-
software.
Keep us running, and
So, all right. So with those explanations, and thank you for enlightening us further on some of those, I would move for approval of the claims as presented. Again, totaling
Be glad to second.
$1,538,966.77. Sorry, Dave.
That's okay, sorry. I didn't realize you were going to go on.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the claims as presented. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, please signify your approval by saying aye.
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 Okay, and Stacy, you said you had to abstain.
Abstain, yeah.
Okay. Next item of business is old business, and we have two items of old business, both second readings. The first is ordinance 2020-15, an ordinance amending ordinance 2018-6, establishing an employee handbook for employees of the city of Greencastle. And Lori Hardwick, who's not here tonight, did indicate that the requested revisions after the first reading have been incorporated into this version for consideration this evening.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2020-6.
I'll second.
Is it 2020-15?
15.
Yeah, dash 15.
2020-15.
Stand corrected.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 2020-15 on second reading. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, please indicate your approval by saying aye.
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 Next item of, and we'll slide down the signature copies as we move along. Next item is ordinance 2020-17. Again, second reading, no changes. An ordinance amending section 8-24 of the Greencastle City Code regarding schedule of reserved parking spaces. This is for the switching around the parking spaces for the fire department from Indiana Street to Poplar Street.
I'd move for passage of ordinance 2020-17 on second reading.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 2020-17. Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, please signify your approval by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
who seconded that?
Stacy.
Stacy.
Okay. That concludes our old business. Our next item of business is new business. We have one resolution to consider this evening, and that is Resolution 2020-13. A resolution authorizing transfer of appropriation in the 2020 budget for the City of Greencastle. The Common Council of the City of Greencastle, Putnam County, Indiana,
Do we have any
hereby
copies?
authorizes transfer of appropriation in the following departments in the 2020 budget for the City of Greencastle. From Public Safety,
I emailed it out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead.
from Public Safety Lit, $74,500. That's fund number 2495-00-438.0200, principal and interest, to $74,500, 2495-00-423.0241, fire equipment repair. Passed and resolved by the Common Council of the City of Greencastle, Putnam County, Indiana, this 10th day of December 2020. This was for the replacement of the air conditioning and heating equipment at the fire station.
Okay.
So we had it in our public safety lit spreadsheet, but it wasn't budgeted because it was an unexpected expense, but
Okay. That's it then? No other
That's-
transfers?
Only one.
only one.
Good going.
Tried for none, but we had one. But that's okay. It was kind of an unexpected one, so.
Right.
So I will
But we had
have,
money to cover it.
I will happily entertain a motion for Resolution 2020-13.
I'll make a motion, we pass Resolution 2020-13.
Sorry, I got...
Entertain a second.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, please signify your approval by saying aye.
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 Sorry that I didn't get that. I was gone all day, so I didn't see the
Came out
email.
yesterday.
It came out yesterday, okay.
Just throwing you under the bus.
Sorry, Mark. It
That's okay. I just thought, well, where is it?
wasn't that big of a,
It wasn't very long, yes.
Hey,
no.
Bill, the air conditioning and heating is all taken care of
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
right? For the, good. All right.
We went from a big clunky system to
Probably very inefficient, too.
systems that we can use that can be repaired locally
Good.
and stuff here. So.
Good, yeah.
And it was first time since the fire station was built that the big system was replaced, so we got our money's worth.
When was it built?
I'd say so.
When was it built?
1978 or something like that.
Wow. That's when they made stuff to last for quite a while, obviously.
At the end of the 31-minute meeting, the shortest in the history of 2020 in Greencastle, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Motion, anybody want a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Just a reminder for the ones that are there, we only have 3 signatures on the claim since Stacy had to abstain, and then we've got a bunch of other ones too, so if you can come by and sign, that'd be great. Do we just have one copy of this one?
Yeah, I just want,
You
Okay.
want a second one?
go ahead and send the second one around. I guess I left
See you
one.
all in the new year.
Yeah, please stop by at your convenience.